everybody, including Lottie Dottie. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Hope you guys are doing well on today. I tell you what, man, it's a cold, brisk morning today here in the Carolinas. It is struggling to get out of the 40s, and I think the weatherman, at least Alexa, told me that we were going to get uh, into the 50s before the end of the day, but it's struggling to get out of the 40s as it stands. And but as you may or may not know, these Harleys, they run good in this cold weather, colder weather, and so we're out here. Thank God for the sunshine. So it is a beautiful morning. I often say the weather doesn't dictate whether or not we ride, but the gear we wear when we ride. And so it's extremely important for a rider to invest in gear necessary to ride. Um, and so anyway, I just want to hop on real quick and just kind of make mention of that. The fact that these Harleys, they run good in this cold weather, man. During the summer months, you know my bike is making all kind of noises and this and that because of the extreme heat. They don't like the heat as much as they do the cold weather, and so oftentimes I can really enjoy a nice brisk ride uh, in this colder weather. And another thing that I do, this is the time of year for me where I switch it up. So today, this morning, when I took off, I didn't bring any of my heated gear intentionally. I know a lot of guys say, "Nah, man, you got to keep your gear on the bike year round." And well, I don't know about year round, but I do definitely understand keeping the gear on the bike. But I'm not going in a far ride today. I'm just actually uh, leaving from one of my weekly assignments. And so what I like to do is right now I just have on a pair of chaps. I have an underlayer on, and then I have on just a pair of pants, and so I'm thugging it out. I'm thugging it out, and what it does for me, to each his own. But for me, you ever heard mind over matter? Sometimes we get so used to the creature comforts till we just begin to depend on it all the time. What's going on, Islammer? Thank you for pressing play. So what I do is this time of the year, I start getting my body conditioned, my mind conditioned to thug it out to an extent. Now, if I were doing some overnight riding, yes, by all means, I would have my heated gear. But with the sun out and everything, my chaps and everything is going to be good enough for me for the rest of the day. And that's what I like to do. Some people, as soon as it starts getting cold, they pull out the heated gear and everything. What I will do is after the initial, or how do I say this? Once the summer comes to a close and we finally get that first cold weather ride, what I usually do is, because I'm not ready for the cold, I will pull out my heated gear. And the reason for that is I want to make sure everything is working the way it should. That way, if it's not, I've got time to figure out what's wrong and fix it before the extreme cold gets here. So for me, when we get that first cold, I'll pull out my heated gear, my gloves, my pants, my jacket, if it's cold enough for it that day. And I'll go ahead and I'll plug everything up, make sure everything is working. And like I said, if not, then I can fix what needs to fix. And then I start to wean myself off of the heated gear and just start working with layers and leather. Some guys wear leather year round. Uh, this jacket that I'm wearing is really just a shirt. It's a leather shirt. I wear it year round. Uh, like I said, right now we're struggling to get out of the 50s, about 48, 49 degrees. And this is all I have. I have a freeze out jacket underneath, which helps out tremendously. And real talk, even when we're getting down into the 20s and I'm out riding, most of the time it's just this leather shirt. Of course, I will add my heated jacket underneath. So normally what I'll do is I have of course my clothes on, and then I'll put on the heated jacket, and then over the heated jacket I'll put the freeze out jacket, and then my leather shirt and my cut, and I'm Gucci. When I ride, I don't want to be too comfortable, just because. So I'd rather deal with a little bit of cold than to be overheated. And so that's the way I do it. My heated gear, I do have the dial, so I can turn it up and turn it down, and that works for me. Very seldom do I need to max it out. I do need to replace my gloves because when I add my gloves to the mix, for whatever reason, they won't go on high speed or on the hottest level or whatever. It'll just kick everything out. So I have to run my gloves on the low setting, uh, and I mean that will suffice. But if it has a high setting, I want it to be able to work. So I'll have to look into replacing my heated gloves. I do have a couple pairs, so I could use the other ones. But I have a pair of Harley heated gloves. They're leather, and they work pretty good. But they don't have the what you call it, the different temperatures or whatever, the different I don't know, I'm drawing a blank here. I can't believe this. The different levels. So it's just on and off, and then the other ones that I have, I got them from Cycle Gear, so that means they would be what is Cycle Gear's heated line? I don't remember what their heated line is, um, but they come in. They have three different levels: low, medium, and high, and they are a cloth. They're not leather, so they feel a little bit more comfortable as far as usability. So normally those are the ones that I will use when I'm riding, and they work well. I've been caught in the rain with them, and I haven't. It's not like I got drenched, so they are water resistant, and again they work well. Currently, the only thing I want to add to my gear is heated soles, just because I've never had any heated soles, and so instead of doing, I've got heated socks. I don't really care too much for those. I mean, they work and they do what they got to do, but I think the heated soles will probably serve me a little bit better, and so I want to add that to my get up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Yeah, so a good rain suit is what I need to add to my gear. So we'll be looking into that. Like I said, I've been looking at a couple of different options with climb, however you pronounce it. Extremely expensive. Don't get it twisted. But they say you buy it once and that's it, one and done, for the most part. So we're looking to do that hopefully sometime soon. And but yeah, other than that though, man, just want to hop on and say what's up to everybody, including Lottie Dottie. Right now, I'm just wearing my regular gloves. My heated grips are not working. I changed my bars and never got them hooked back up properly. I think I know what the issue is. It's just a matter of making time to address it, which I'm gonna have to make time now because this colder weather right here is upon us. I mean, hey, it's November, so what do you expect, right? But that's what I do like about the Carolinas. Riding season can literally be year round, depending on you know how you want to thug it out. But it's definitely doable here in the Carolinas. I ride year round, and so it is what it is. Couldn't do that back up north. Well, I guess you could, but you could, but you couldn't, because yeah, motorcycles don't really do too well in the snow. So there's that. What else was I going to say? So I got to get a good rain suit. I got to get the heated soles, and that's that. That's that. Oh yeah, the mitts. I want to get those wind guards for my handlebars, especially I went high with higher bars, so I'm that much more up in the in the element, if you will. And a day like today, when I'm not wearing my heated gloves, those guards will serve a purpose. It's usually not the temperature that gets you per se. Let's see here. Yeah, Maggie, what's going on? She's like, can I have a shout out? Shout out to Maggie in the building, press and play here on the Retro Philosophy Show. Thank you very much for joining the broadcast as we get down Interstate 77 southbound. Oh, actually, I'm on 40 west. Yeah, 40 going west. Getting ready to get on 77 here in a little bit. Let me turn this up a little bit. And so we're out here making it do what it do on today. So the wind guards would serve a purpose and help out a whole lot. And so I very well may end up picking up a pair of those. But I also have the mittens that cover the entire throttle and handlebar part there. Yeah, then you put your hands in there. Oh man, they work like a charm. They really do. So if you are one that rides year round in the cold weather, definitely consider those mitts. Normally when I use those, I don't even wear gloves because I just slip my hands right in there, and there you go. Especially when the heated grips were working, you couldn't turn the heated grips up over two. Up over two, it'll run you out of there. So I usually turn them grips up to about maybe 1.5 with those mittens, nice and toasty, with no gloves, nice and toasty. But I did bring those there in my tour pack, but since I'm not going too far, like right now my hands are getting kind of cold, and that's because I'm running 85 miles an hour, and it's normally not the temperature that gets you per se, it's the wind. Yeah, it's the wind. Of course, the temperatures play a role, but it's the wind that really gets you. Case in point, it is now reached 50 degrees, but with the fact that I'm doing 85 miles an hour, that's going to knock it back down to at least about 40, 35, somewhere around there. I didn't memorize the wind chill factor, but I know it knocks it down. Depending on how fast you're going, it can drop that temperature, anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees, depending on the speed that you're doing. And like I said, right now I'm cruising at 85 miles an hour on 40 westbound, getting ready to enter 70 southbound here in Statesville, North Carolina. And we have been having some really good weather, but as we can see, the colder weather is on us. It's here. And so I think we had a golden cold X. Grand rising to you as well. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we got to get in gear, all right, mentally and otherwise for this cold weather if you're going to ride year round, okay? And that's what I plan on doing. 2025 is going to be a different year for me. There's so much going on, and I mean that in a good sense. It's just truly amazing what God is doing. And so, oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I'm getting ready to mess myself up. You going to tell me, did I? I did. I missed my exit, y'all. I sure did. We got state troopers right there, and they are running radar. All right, guys, I'd have missed my exit, and that's going to throw me off. I was going to be right on time almost, and now I'm going to be a few minutes off. I don't like that, but I got to deal with it. Dang it. All right, that threw me off big time. What was I saying, guys? So I plan on riding year-round, as I was saying. We talked about the mittens to keep your hands warm. Boy, they running radar, boy. Yes, sir. They out here. Oh well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I want to say thanks to everybody for pressing play. Um, get out there and ride your scoop. You don't want that gas to sit in there too long and go bad. Um, like I've been saying, we're here in the Carolinas. We got the cold weather coming on us. Weather doesn't dictate whether or not we ride, but the gear we wear when we ride. If you're afraid to get out there and ride in the cold, you might want to consider getting the gear that makes it easier to do. Note I said easier. It doesn't necessarily make it easy, but it certainly makes it easier. All right, it's your boy Retro. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We like to go live quite a bit. Morning inspiration Monday through Friday. We drop in a few interviews from time to time, and we talk about a little bit of everything. Talk about a little bit of everything. We talk about motorcycles. We talk about church. We talk about love, relationships. Uh, we talk about it all, man. And if we ain't talk about it and you want to hear us talk about it, let us know what you want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it. Yep, it's going to be about this. What are you? Yo, lovely K from Connecticut. That's my neck of the woods. Yes, ma'am. That is my neck of the woods. Grew up in I'm not sure which part it's from. Shout out- I'm definitely gonna hit this red light and then the next one, and I'm gonna hop back on. This is what I'm gonna do. Hop back on the interstate so I can bypass all of the lights. Yes, sir.